Hey guys, so it's that time of the week again. I got my comps. Justice League 4 comes out Wednesday. Really excited about this one. It continues the story of the Justice League battling with the Legion of Doom over the Totality, which is essentially like the heart of the whole multiverse. And the art by Jorge Jimenez and colorist Alex Sanchez is just out of this world. So really honored to work with those guys. And they told us just this week that the book has been selling out, so just can't thank you enough. You never expect that level of support, but the enthusiasm you guys have shown is just really means the world to everybody on the team, and we owe you all beers, or if you're a kid, soda, or whatever. And I'm sorry I'm outside because my kids are playing Fortnite and I cannot take it anymore. And thank you also to the fan who saw my last video, and I said in it that I had lost my Batarang, and then they dropped this one off at the store for me at the my LCS, and I can give a tutorial to you, Tom King, which is, you would think, right, that you throw it like this, but you don't. It actually works better if you throw it like this, so let me see if I can do this. I'm pretty rusty, man, but, oh, look at that. See, I still got it. The old man still has it. Ugh. All right, so Justice League number 4. Let me take a look. Jim Lee's amazing variant. It's such a badass Diana that he draws. Sorry, I'm gonna bend it. I love you, Jim Lee. You're my boss. Sorry to bend your comic, but let's take a look. First, you know what? I'm gonna tell the best Jim Lee story of mine because Jim Lee is amazing and magical. And I was at San Diego, which I have to go to in a few days. I don't know why I'm telling you this story. A few years ago, and I was doing an interview with Jim. And in the middle of the interview, he was like, "Is there anything you really want to do at San Diego?" And I was like, "Yes, I would really like to see that Godzilla activation because I'm a huge Godzilla fan." And it was across town and it was sold out. And he was like, "Beep boop boop," in his BlackBerry or phone. And he was like, "Oh, we have tickets. I'll meet you over there. I'll finish the interview. You go ahead." So I was like, "All right. So thank you so much. You're amazing." So I finished the interview. He was kind of wrapping it up. I ran out of the place, the convention center, ran down the street, and I could see it. It was like straight ahead. There was no turns. Ran there, and Jim Lee was already there. And he was like, "What took you so long?" And I was like, "Jim Lee, you're magical." And he is. So I'm sorry I bent your comic, boss, but you're awesome. All right, let's look at it. Alright, so here we go. Justice League 4. I can't get over the art, even of this cover, from Jorge Jimenez and Alex Sanchez. I just love it. Joker towering over Martian Manhunter, Superman, Batman, and just the grandeur of it. These guys just really knock it out of the park every time. So anyway, what we've been trying to do with these issues, and I think I mentioned this last time, was each one begins with sort of a glimpse into the past of one of the villains in the Legion of Doom. It sort of functions as a framing device in the issue. Each one has a theme that centers around one of the villains, even though the heroes play the biggest part. And if the first one was about Luthor being this figure who needed to understand that he had to sort of embrace the truth, and in doing so, he winds up being kind of set free from some of the smallness of the way he'd been thinking. Then the second one was about Sinestro understanding that even though he already was a character who sought the truth as this kind of intergalactic archaeologist, what he discovers is that the truth, or what's beneath the surface, is often really dark. He finds the invisible emotional spectrum and its connection to our most kind of sublimated emotions about the things that we don't want to admit we feel, hate, murderous rage, and all this stuff. And so this issue focuses on Grodd and what he discovers as a young super gorilla, and how that sort of plays into the arc. So here, let's take a look. When Grodd was a baby, he was a runt. He was beaten by his father, ignored by other super gorillas. And I have to say, by the way, writing the word super gorillas is one of the joys of doing comics. For his own good, they said, to make him strong. "Get out of here, Grodd," says his father. Now, Sullivar, the humans, perhaps they could be allies. But Grodd had a secret. He could do things with his mind that no other gorilla could, and we see him move this rock like a badass and reveal this hidden cave. And inside we hear this voice, "Please, my feet, the flesh is worn off, the bone is, I can see the bone, please," and he's crying. And we see that Grodd is just sort of staring in. The explorer had arrived over a month ago. He had smiled and offered young Grodd food. And here we see him, he's just sort of wasting away. And I didn't want to show his feet because we try and keep it teen rated, but they're basically, the bones are sticking out because Grodd keeps making him dance. "Please don't let me stop dancing." But Grodd had seen. The explorer had wanted to take him away to dance behind glass. And that's when Grodd had understood. Every living thing has secret motives. His father beat him because he was ashamed. The explorer wanted to feel power over the gorilla. And the key to power, to killing his father and eating his brain before the tribe, was to slow down, reach into a mind, find those dark things, and then the next page says, and squeeze. And here he's saying, dance faster. So the idea with Grodd is that Grodd is a character who understands that you seek the truth, yes, you find that beneath the surface is dark material, but you don't stop there. You exploit it, you take advantage of it. Because really, what the Legion of Doom is about for me, and I want, as the series goes forward, to make a really coherent argument about Doom and justice, and I want you guys to decide what side you're on, and San Diego, they're making shirts for, are you Hall of Justice or are you Doom? And, do you embrace your inner villain or find your inner hero and all that stuff? But I don't want it to just be good and bad. I mean, what Doom is about, and you'll see in the next issue we do Joker early, which is a lot of fun, and then Vandal Savage and all this stuff. But Doom is about saying our nature is designed a certain way, that are baked into our DNA are certain urges and limitations and smallness and cruelty and animalistic selfishness and all this kind of stuff, and that we need to embrace that if we're going to become the thing we're supposed to be, if we're going to evolve essentially, and if we're ever going to be happy, we have to admit what we are, be our best selves, and embrace our fate, which is the original meaning of Doom. Justice says we be better than what we're supposed to be. We need to aspire to be higher than our own nature, our own biology, all of that stuff. We impose upon the natural world a system that rewards right and punishes wrong, and even if it doesn't exist there, we dream it into reality, and that's who we are. We're heroes. So it becomes this giant war between those two factions, those two ideas, those two beliefs. But as you can see on this page, which I just love, is one of my favorite pages of anything I've worked on art-wise, Superman and Martian Manhunter battling inside the totality against giant source wall beings. It gets crazier and crazier and bigger and bigger. And again, now that we're past, I think, some of the exposition and explanation, we really get rolling to some of my favorite stuff. So again, I can't thank you enough for the support so far. I hope you'll pick it up and let us know what you think. We really appreciate it. Thanks again.